Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.
Cukkoo es una de las artistas que llega desde los Países Bajos para mostrar su sonido, trabajando en el mundo emergente de Europa. Y para conocer más de este proyecto musical, tenemos el gusto de conectar en esta videollamada con Yori, que es la creadora de Cukkoo. Hola, Yori.
Hello, hola.
How are you?
¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Bien, gracias.
Do you speak Spanish, Yori?
No, I don't speak Spanish, but I can say gracias por tenerme en el programa.
Oh, amazing, amazing, Yori. Thank you so much for this chat. I always love when I found a new artist that makes me play the song again and again and give me the opportunity to share the song, this artist, with the audience of the radio and the television. That happened when I listen your song. When I contact you, it blew my mind. Your new song remained the same.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice. And I really love that you're playing it, and because you're already playing it on the radio, right?
Absolutely.
I'm getting all these Shazams from Mexico, so people are really looking it up, and that is so nice.
I think it's
I
will
take this off.
Yes, you told me that you bought the hat here in Mexico, right?
Yes, I did. I traveled to Mexico. I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, together with my mom.
Oh, cool.
It was so nice. We went to Yucatan, to like Tulum, Akumal. I also remember Izamal, the yellow city, right?
Yes, all the Riviera Maya, right?
Yes, very pretty. And Merida,
sí, yes.
A little more to the north. We just traveled around by car, and we saw some monkeys, and when I was snorkeling, I saw some turtles. So it's really a beautiful trip.
I love that you enjoy our country, even if you visit that part that it's very touristic. But I'm pretty sure that you will come to Mexico City and Guadalajara, Monterrey, other cities when you come to play to Mexico, right?
Yes, and I will visit your show, right?
Absolutely. We go to have a conversation in person and grab a beer, right?
Yes, so, very nice.
So, Yori, what can you tell us about Cukkoo? We met in Eurosonic, this very important music festival from new artists from Europe. You show your music there. What can you tell us about your music, your songs?
Well, actually, Cukkoo started off as a band project. So it was me and a few guys, and we released 2 singles. Maybe you've already heard them. It's called Diamonds and Obsessions. And we just played a lot of shows. It was really nice. And then the band kind of fell apart. So it took me a little while to get over that. And I actually thought I wouldn't be able to write songs anymore. But then I just gave myself the time to get through it, and I started writing again. So that's basically what happened. And the music I write right now is what I call danceable depression, because it's like a combination between dark indie and danceability.
Yes.
So I try to combine sadness and dancing, and that's also what we did for the new music video of Remain the Same. Also the song we're talking about. So I like contradictions in my music.
Contradiction. The contradiction is a very important part of a human being, right?
Yeah, and I think the most important part of being a human being is also finding balance between those two. So that's kind of the story.
Yori, you said that you like to talk about some mental health issues. I know it's very important to talk about it, even if you have this combination with dance music, not so serious, take these items, these topics, but it's important to find that we are not alone and to talk about it when we have a problem.
Exactly. Yeah, it always helps me to talk about it, because like yesterday night I was a bit, I think, overwhelmed by everything. And I just felt like I just couldn't take it. It was just for like half an hour, but I think it was something like a panic attack. And I felt like I couldn't share it. But as soon as my dad asked me what is going on, I just started crying. I was like, oh, it's just too much. And then he was like, it's okay, it's normal, and I know what you're going through right now, which made it so much lighter, and I felt so much better. So I think discussing it and like opening up the conversation is really important.
And music, it's a very important part of dealing with the mental health issues, right?
Well, yeah, it's not just only about mental health issues, but it just, I don't know, organically uh, goes, yeah, just organically it's just about it sometimes. But it's also about other things. Just I think it's the music has gotten really personal ever since I started writing more on my own, which I think is good. So it's very honest, very personal, which is good, I think.
Yes, yes, of course. But when you're a creator, a writer, a songwriter, you make a song in your bedroom, maybe alone for a long time, but you connect with other people when you play this song live and when you play the song on digital platforms. And maybe somebody connects with you and tell, oh, that happened to me also.
Yeah,
The
that
magic of
happened
the
to you
music,
as
right?
well. Yeah, that's the magic of the music. I remember playing So Far Sounds. Do you know it?
Yeah,
Because
yes, yes, of course.
it exists in every country. I remember those small shows because I love playing in like clubs or festivals. But I know like the living room concerts and the small acoustic things. Well, they are so like intimate and personal. Um, that's where I feel that magic, for the most.
Yes.
And I remember those living room concerts. People would come up to me crying, and they would tell me such personal stories. And I think those are the greatest. And that's what really like touches me, when people come up to you and they're like, "Well, I'm so touched by this," or you, I don't know. Yeah, it's true what you're saying.
Yes.
It is really magic.
Jory, how important is for an independent artist to play in music festivals like Eurosonic that focus mostly, not only in music live music, that is amazing, but also in the music industry, in the music business, that there are parts of it that are not that cool, that we don't love that much, but it's important for an artist.
Yeah, live is not just, it's just not important to be seen, but it's also really important to show people what you've created, because I've been writing so much right now for 2 or 3 years, and because of the pandemic I haven't been able to play much live. um, haven't played many shows, and it's also this like energetic thing that you keep on writing in your home, in your safe space. And like we talked about, the magic happens when you play it live, and well, when you've got a response to receive. So yeah, it's very important. But you're right, we've met on Eurosonic Noorderslag, but I haven't played there. I was just in the like business
Yes,
panels.
yes.
Yeah,
That
and
it's very, very important for an artist, right?
yeah.
So more for an independent artist to have a knowledge. Maybe later you will not do that parts of the music business that there are people that know better, but you need to know what's going on around you.
Yeah, well, I feel like that's a big part of being an independent. It's like keeping up with your network all the time and doing promo and being visible, like regularly posting on social media. It's so much work. Like sometimes I tell people that music, the process of making and creating music is only 5% of actually making music.
So you have released your latest single, Remain the Same, that, as you said, you have an amazing video on YouTube. We can listen in digital platforms. Are you planning to release a full leg album this 2022?
Well, I'm actually right now, I'm just releasing singles.
Okay.
So I've created a lot of them, and I will be releasing them in the coming months. So I won't be releasing an album, but maybe I will bundle them and release an album. But first, right now, I'm just focusing on singles.
And maybe playing live in the summer, right? In Europe?
Yeah, well, I hope so. But I'm also moving to Berlin
Cool.
in 2 months, less than 2 months, actually. So I will be writing a lot of songs there and hope to play some gigs over there. Right now, I'm just really focusing on writing, releasing, especially since, well, in Holland, the pandemic is still pretty bad. Live shows are not really,
Okay.
you're not really able to play live right now. Since the measurements are constantly changing, it's really hard to plan a tour. So right now I'm just focusing on things like this. So I really love that I can be on your show.
I know the pandemic, it's been terrible for all the world, but in the radio, in the music business, we can find these new ways to be in touch with artists like Zoom. And I love it that we can be in touch even if we are 10,000 miles away, right?
Exactly. And I've always I'm brain fart. I've already started doing co-writes online.
Cool.
So I've written songs with people that I normally don't even do co-writes, but there's so many possibilities with like digital marketing and online meetings like this, what we're doing right now.
Yes.
It's amazing that we've got these opportunities.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine that this happened like 30 years ago?
Never. 30 years ago, you have to be in touch with a major label that pays you on plane to go to New York or London or Madrid and have these interviews person to person. But it's that's not fair for smaller broadcast radio stations, right? Because all the major radio stations can do that kind of things. And now we are able to have this conversation with anybody, everywhere, at any time.
Exactly. And I think that's also the power of like social media, digital marketing, and things like Spotify. It enables you to build an audience yourself as an independent.
Now that you mentioned, Yuri, you have several ways to be in touch with you. You have a newsletter, you have your Instagram, you are, of course, on Spotify, Apple Music. What's your social media and how we can be in touch with you?
Well, you're already very much up to date. I have a newsletter indeed. It's on my website, which is www.cloudcukkoo.com. Which is also my Instagram and my Twitter name. I'm on Facebook as well. People can listen to me on Spotify. If people go to my website, they will basically they can basically go anywhere. But if they want to be on my mailing list, that would be very nice, because that's the place where I share very personal stories and well, it's not boring at all. It's a really fun newsletter to receive.
I know.
And you'll be the first to always hear new music and like get snippets, behind the scenes stuff. So yeah, people can check me out over there.
And we can find the Jory's world, not only your music part, but a lot of very amusing things, the funny things that you do, that you make. Love your website and your social media. You have an amazing connection with your audience, and I hope you can play in Mexico this year, maybe in the fall, maybe in the winter. Yes, you know that it's less cold in Mexico than in Netherlands, right?
Sorry?
It's less cold here in Mexico than in Netherlands during the winter.
It's way better. You should see the weather right now. It's very windy and it's constantly raining.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Holland is a very bad place to be in if you want to get tan.
But I hope you can make it here to Mexico. I really, really hope so. And United States, of course, this part of the world will receive great your music. And we'll be in touch to play your new singles and to watch your new videos and to follow in your tour. But I'm pretty sure that you will have a tour in the summer.
Well, I really hope so. And then I'll make sure to visit your radio station.
Very glad that to have you here. Looking forward to see you live, Jory. And thank you so much for this chat with Rutas Alternas.
Thank you so much. Gracias por tenerme en el programa.
Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.